start, normally when people come to church, the singles get really offended because they say in an average congregation, the minister spends more time talking to married folks than they do to single people. Singles, you can say amen if you want to. Okay, good. So today, guess who I'm going to make first? I'm going to do you first. So let's talk about heterosexual relationships, in which I'm sure most have been in before. The first one I want to look at is the codependent relationship. What is the codependent relationship? One of the other parties, or both of them, can't function without the other person. I just have to have my boo. I could do much better if my boo was here. Feelings of anxiety and depression plagues them when their boo is not around. In a codependent relationship, you will oftentimes do things that are somewhat out of the ordinary so that you can keep them connected. Some people will cancel a trip because they couldn't be there. They're so dependent upon that other person. Some people will give up a job and move somewhere else because that person is so connected to them. They just, what is that? Can't live, living is without you. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry, you don't, okay. Saved people don't listen to that kind of music. My parents used to call that the blues. Don't ask me why. Let's look at another one. Here's another one, the dominating relationship. The dominating relationship speaks about someone who controls you. And the controlling person, it used to be that people would only see that from a male perspective, that a man wants to dominate a woman. I want to tell you now, we live in an equal rights society. And so women dominate men just like men dominate women. I know for some of you that's a little far-fetched and hard for you to believe that a woman can dominate a man, but you just need to know that. Not every man knows or understands his place. By the same token, not every woman knows and understands her place. But God did not create us to dominate one another. Please make sure you have that in your notes. He did not do that. Now, in a dominating type relationship, that person sets all the rules for the relationship. And you are supposed to follow them because they set the rules. Sometimes you don't even know the rules. And then all of a sudden, they will charge you, Vern, and tell you that that ain't the way this is supposed to be. And you're like, well, nobody said anything. Then have you ever had somebody just say to you that, well, you just ought to know that? I'm the only one. There's some things that people just think you ought to know. Don't know why. Don't know how. You never spoke your mind. We never established any ground rules. Y'all quiet. So how am I supposed to know how you feel? And listen, when this person is around, you feel all this anxiety when they're talking. No? Okay, you've never been in a dominating relationship. Okay. Yeah, when you're in a dominating relationship, being dominated by someone else, all this anxiety, some people even have panic attacks when that person is talking because that person is just lording over you. And what a dominating relationship does is it eventually makes you spineless. It makes you spineless because, Bonet, when you're being dominated by somebody else, they take away your right to think, to make decisions, and to do as you choose. Okay? Are you still here? Okay, let's look at another one. This is called the rebound relationship. And I'm talking categorically now, okay? These are categorically speaking in heterosexual relationships. You've got the rebound. That's you and possibly the other person who's involved in this relationship. And that's something that has happened because you just went through a breakup. And so you need some love to cover the pain. Most people aren't willing, my dear, to wait it out and go through the healing process. They quickly look for somebody to come in and to help them make it through the night. And quite often you have two impaired people, and so two impaired people cannot benefit each other. The most you can do is talk about your impairment. Okay, I'm not trying to preach. I just kind of want to do some teaching today. Watch this now. In a rebound relationship, it's built on the fear of facing the reality of your recent breakup, rather than focusing on this new person and whether or not they're compatible for you. You fear because you just broke up, and so now you want somebody to come in. You need that part of you to be connected, and because that part of you is no longer connected to what you call love, now you have somebody else that comes in that fills that void, and you haven't even looked at them to know whether they fit what you need and looking for in the first place. The other day, I am quite involved in social media. I actually have the Instagram and my Facebook page, which I'm quite involved. I make posts just every other day. 4 days out of the 7, I post. Even on LinkedIn. I'm not as consistent on LinkedIn, but I put these posts out. And from time to time, Mama T, I'll have someone that will ask me about the post to make a statement, so on and so forth. And I talked about relationships. One of my posts the other day, Catherine, was about relationships. And so a lady thanked me for it. And Taj, I think you came on there and saw that. Taj, you all right with me? I mean, she going to share my post? She and Vicky, Raquel, they just good for it. I go trail them, Vern, and I look, and they're the post is shared. And then, so anyway, she now said, she appreciated what I was saying. I wasn't trying to be therapeutic. It was just a post. She appreciated what I was saying, but she even went as far, Mal, to say that I don't even